Good afternoon. My name is Nicky Hawkins. Welcome to Live at 5. Just before we get into that, transfers, drama, and now your survival instincts get tested. It's time for Final One Standing, and it's free to play. £500,000 jackpot, no admin fees, and guaranteed winners. Just pick one Premier League team to win each week. If they do, you're through. If they lose or draw, you're out. Download the William Hill app, scan the QR code on screen, or click the link below to enter. Register for free and make your pick for a shot at £500,000. You have to be 18 plus, and it's UK only. Remember to always gamble responsibly, and the full T&Cs apply. Linked down below. So if you want to join us, go and do that. But second down the road for me. And we've got quite a bit to talk about. And second down a row with the lovely, the beautiful, the talented, probably the best football knowledge on the channel, Kenya Lyle. How are you doing, Kenya?
Good, thank you. That's a really nice intro.
No, well,
I
it's
appreciate
true.
it.
You know,
Thank you very much.
It's not hard to tell the truth. So, you know, I'll tell you what. You trump your uncle with the football knowledge, I think.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's not very hard, is it? No offence, Uncle.
I love him. I love him.
I love him. He says some crazy stuff.
He says some crazy stuff.
Do you know what? Sometimes he says something that sounds crazy at the time, but then you look back at it like, it wasn't that bad.
He's a wise man, and he's a very level-headed man.
Yeah, he's so intelligent, but
yes.
like he comes out with things sometimes you're like, oh. But then it's not always that bad when you reflect on it.
I see where he comes from.
Yeah.
I see you wearing the England jersey today.
Yeah, got my England shirt on.
Just before we get into the transfers, they done their parade today.
Yeah, we
the
went
England
down
ladies.
there today.
I see a lot of people around London in their England shirts, so it must have been a good turnout.
Yeah.
You was there?
Yeah,
How was it?
Oh, it was really good. They said that apparently 65,000 people were there.
Wow.
And there was like, honestly, we couldn't even get down to where the stage was because there was just so many people there, like men, women with their kids and stuff. It was fantastic, honestly. You saw like they came on the bus down the Mall. Basically, I had it at Buckingham Palace. Came down the Mall, and then literally the stage was at Buckingham Palace, and it had like Burna Boy and bare people like performing and stuff. It was amazing. It was really good.
Did you watch the final?
Yeah, I did. I did watch the final. Yeah, I watched every game. Yeah.
So, do you know what? I was thinking to myself as I was watching the final. It was very similar. The Euros to the men's Euros.
It literally was
didn't
identical.
have great tournaments.
Yeah.
Was winning in last minutes. Gets to the final with Spain. Go 1-0 down. Draw 1-1. Obviously, the second goal didn't come, and they got through on penalties.
Yeah, I feel like the way they played this if I compare it to 2022, that tournament, like we just blew teams, like we were battering teams. It was crazy. We were just like on a crazy run, and like. Obviously, no one really expected us to win it, but we won it anyways. Whereas this tournament, like, we were missing key players like Mary Epps retired, Millie Bright pulled out. Who else? Frank Kirby retired from England squad. So, like, the experienced players, we were missing a lot of them.
Yeah.
But we didn't start the campaign well. We lost 2-1 to France, which was quite a shock. And we were in a group of death, still was able to come out of that. So, like, they had a really tumultuous tournament. Get to the final, basically against the best team in the world, go 1-0 down. I was like, oh my God. But somehow.
Are you a big fan of
Yeah. Like, I watch England games, but obviously I'm a massive Arsenal women's fan. So, like, in the final, the Spanish player that scored, she plays for Arsenal. So it was kind of like, as an Arsenal fan, I'm kind of happy that was my girl that scored. But I wanted England to win.
Well, Chloe Kelly still.
Yeah. Chloe Kelly, Alessia Russo scores the goal. Chloe Kelly assists. Like the way she's played in the tournament, I'm so happy.
And Addie Ang, she's an Arsenal girl, isn't she?
Say that again.
Addie Ang.
Yeah. Michelle Adjaman. She's a young Arsenal player. We sent her out on loan though last season to Brighton. Was amazing there. And then like when it's so funny because when she got taken on the tournament, there was a lot of people that were like, why are we bringing this 19? Like she'd only, I think, just broken through for under 19's England team, and she was tearing that up a bit basically. And people were like, oh, why are we bringing this 19-year-old kid? But now we see why. She literally took us through against Sweden, took us through against Italy. Like what she's done is top.
Very Arsenal heavy
honestly,
tournament, wasn't it?
As an Arsenal women's fan, it's been a great season. We won the Champions League against Barcelona, which was like we weren't the favourites to do that. Basically England's success has come from a lot of Arsenal players playing really well. So it's been great, but overall, like as an England fan, it's just going to the parade. Like Leah Williamson was crying and stuff. Like, she was like very taken back and stuff. So it's a big moment for the country and just for women's football in general. But yeah, it was really
they've just had the first £1 million player. Arsenal bought the first £1 million player.
Olivia Smith.
This is going to raise the game. I think the last time they campaigned for more women to be able to play, more girls to be able to play in schools. I mean, they've obviously got the talent now.
I think England is a country as well that produces so many top talents in terms of women's football. So like, we've seen the England team, almost all of those players play in the WSL, which is fantastic. But like, you're seeing the game grow, which is so good considering that basically we're 100 years behind the men's. Because you know, it was banned at one point, now it's back. It's getting played. The amount of turnouts it's having is really good. And yeah, like Olivia Smith, that's a massive thing for women's football. Like, I know obviously it sounds kind of crazy because when we speak about men's football, it's like, imagine selling a player for 1 million. Like,
it's not that far behind though. Do you know what I mean? I remember Trevor Francis was the first £1 million player for men's football, and that was in the 70s. Wow. And I know that's 50 years, but you got to be thinking 30 years ago it was 15 mil.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be long before you start to creep up to the 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're talking about 15 mil was the world record 30 years ago.
Yeah,
now it's 180, not 200 million.
Yeah, so true.
So
true.
Yeah, it will climb. But congratulations to the Lionesses.
Yeah, big them up.
Go and enjoy yourself tonight because you fully deserve
they're
it.
Probably out right now.
So the first time was so nice to win it twice, she said. So let's talk about the transfers then. We've got a bit of Man United, we've got a bit of Man City, we've got a bit of Tottenham. Let's start with Sunderland.
Yeah, go
on. Because we don't talk a lot about Sunderland. Now, Sunderland have had a very good and a very active transfer window.
They've been out and about.
They've been out and about. They've been trying to strengthen, and obviously they've got Premier League pedigree. But someone that you're going to know very well is flying in to complete his move from Bayern Leverkusen. Granit Xhaka is coming back to the Premier League with Sunderland to complete his move from Bayern Leverkusen. It doesn't say how much here.
I think it's 20 million euros.
20 million euros. I think that's how old is he, Kenya?
Oh, like, he must be in his 30s.
Let's have a look. It
must be in his 30s. But I think that's a really good signing. Like, Granit Xhaka is a really good midfielder. I think what he did in his latter stages, especially at Arsenal, what he's done for Bayer Leverkusen, he's a Swiss international. Like, he's all around, and he scores an assist. Like, and he's a great leader. So,
I mean, it was a bit of tumultuous time at Arsenal. There was times when
it didn't start off how he probably. Great. But do you know what I always say? Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that he did that wasn't right, but I always say he was so misprofiled. He's the perfect way to describe him is like the same way Scott McTominay was misprofiled at Man United. He's not a DM. Granit Xhaka's not a DM at all. He's a box-to-box midfielder. So when we were trying to shove him in DM, that's why he'd always pick up reckless red cards and things like that, because he was just out of his depth in that position. Whereas when Arteta came in, played him in his position, everyone's like, oh my God, this guy's really good. And it's like, that's why, like, you look at it would be so funny as an Arsenal fan, because it'd be like, why is Granit look like this for us? But then you'd see him go on international duty, scoring these great goals and free kicks and stuff. And he would kind of do it for us, but not on the same scale. When Arteta was like, say no more, I'm going to play in your actual position, we saw how good he was. And then as well, he went to Leverkusen, replicated the exact same thing. Yeah. Literally completed history of them. So,
Great player, great Premier League experience, leadership experience. Are Sunderland? Do you see Sunderland as the? I mean, we see last season the three that came up went straight back down. None of them really tested the market like Sunderland have tested the market. But that signing there, that shows me that they're in business here. Sunderland. They're looking at this. I know it's a bit risky. You see the West Brom model where they like to bounce up and down, boing boing, baggage. So they bounce up and down between the leagues to collect the money before they start spending, and they still ended up in the in the Championship. But this looks like Sunderland are really going to, they're looking to cement their place. And I'm going to be totally honest here. Clubs like us, we have to be careful with teams like that, because it was only them three last season that saved us, Man United and Tottenham, from a real relegation scrap.
That's so true, That's so true. Like, they've signed, they got Simon Adingra from Brighton. They got some guy from Roma as well. Like, they're being very ambitious, which is, I think, if you kind of look at the teams that stayed up, like, look at Forest. At the time, he kind of laughed at them, like, you literally have bought 20 players, but it did actually work in the end, I guess. Like
by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, by the skin. But they stayed up, and now look how good they've been able to like kick on and stay up. Do you know what I mean? I guess Brentford as well. Like they went and just got their signings right, and they've stayed up. They've kind of established themselves as a Premier League team. Although right now it's not looking great.
But when you look at Forest, and we've just seen it, we've seen a great example of it. Yeah. Is this an example of a great chairman? Because there are chairmen out there in the Championship. Luton have just gone down again after being in the Premier League, that think they've cracked it now. You know, they've got to the Premier League, they've got that big payout, they've got them parachute payments for the next couple of years, and they think, do you know what, if we don't invest anything, then we can take that money and then we can just sort of ride off into the sunset. And that's pretty much what Luton did. So, you know, is that the sign of a good, strong chairman? Because you look at Marinakis at Forest, what he's just done to Spurs. I think that's honestly, I think that's levels in terms of we're here to stay and we're serious about staying here. You know, we're not going to do a Leicester and win the league and then drop off and then let you take all of our players. They're there to be serious, and it looks like Sunderland are.
Yeah, I feel like in today's football, the unfortunate thing is you have to spend money if you want to be successful, and that's why you see the top teams are always in and around being successful, because they spend money. Like, you actually have to put your neck out there and say, right, I'm going to spend big, we're going to take risks. So I think the way they're approaching the window, they're getting people that experience, they're getting good young talents as well. Like, they obviously want to stay up, and to be honest, I want them to stay up. They're Premier League heritage. Yeah. Like, even just knowing that we're going to have Newcastle versus Sunderland, that's one of the best derbies in the Prem.
There's a lot of Premier League teams that I can name a couple. Sheffield Wednesday, huge club that have been languishing, and Sunderland are a huge club. They invested a lot of money 20-25 years ago. Exactly. And you know, it's been a long time coming for Sunderland, but there we go. I've got a quick super chat from Clara Bitsy. Saw a clip of you both discussing Chelsea transfer business as shady as well. When we buy players, the narrative is where they will all play, and when we sell, the narrative is how are you selling so easily.
Well, okay, I hear that. But we kind of gave a bit of praise. It's one thing you can say about Chelsea, although some things are like, you look at it like, that's a bit underhanded. At least they just get it done. Like, they use even the loophole thing. Yeah. Like, a lot of people complain about it, but it's like, you know what?
It's a loophole.
Yeah, they've actually just exploited something that the league should have actually closed up, and now you see other clubs like Aston Villa, for example, Chelsea selling their women's team. Loads of people frowned upon that, but now Aston Villa are trying to do the same thing. Like, you kind of have to just look at the league and be like, actually, you've allowed this club to be very smart and actually do these things.
Do these things, yeah.
Like, you can't really blame their club for doing that, although it's a bit dodgy.
It is. Yeah,
it's a bit like...
It's a bit underhand.
It's a bit grey area, do you know what I mean?
It's a bit grey area, yeah. But what I would say is that, and I was listening to a discussion about this the other day, about PSR and how it strengthens the top six and weakens everyone else. Because someone just said to me, what do you think about the top six spending close to £1 billion, top four spending close to £1 billion this year? Yeah, it's... They're going to be actually, so you're thinking about like when people like Newcastle have to sell and I know that guy's going to say to me, like, you know, the guy on TalkSport the other day, no, we don't have to sell, Nicky, we don't have to sell at all, you're not listening to me. But I'm just saying, like, when you look at that, it just shows you. But also, if the league are going to leave loopholes in there, they are there to be exploited.
They're there to be,
and that's what they're doing very smartly.
Yeah, look, you got to give Chelsea a bit of credit there. Like, one thing a lot of clubs can learn from them and how they're able to just flip talent and sell talent. Like, even talent that they've bought recently that doesn't even play for them. Like that Renato Vega, for example, he's hardly played for them. Sent them out on loan. He had a good loan spell. Yeah. They're now selling him for like 40 mil or something like that. That's good business. So, yeah, they do their big one in terms of that. Can't lie.
Rems the Music says no one's bothered about Xhaka. Xhaka is doo-doo, he says. But Phil Bright did say, where was Kenya for the final? There was no women for the WA.
I was at my friend's house watching it. She was enjoying herself. Yeah, we're having a nice barbecue. So we did a barbecue, watched it. So that's why I wasn't on the watch along.
So Sunderland, stay up or go down?
Do you know, I want them to stay up. Yeah. I think someone in the league this season who's like cementing themselves will go down with maybe the other two promoted teams. That's how I think. But I hope Sunderland stay up, genuinely.
Let's go. Let's make ourselves laugh. Let's go to Tottenham. Because we always love to go Tottenham.
Do you know what? Wait, before you start that, did you see Expression's Did you see expressions in the press conference today to
No.
Thomas Frank? That is so funny. So you know how expressions has all these like funny names for like Tottenham players?
Yeah.
And he calls Thomas Frank Thomas the Frank Engine.
Yeah.
So he goes, Thomas Frank, how do you feel about Spurs fans calling you Thomas the Frank Engine? And he goes to Mickey van der Ven, how do you feel about being called Mickey van der Vengeance? It was just so, honestly, go and watch it. It's so funny.
Yeah, I'll have to have a look.
Yeah, it's
Where
so
was
funny.
Where was he?
He was in the actual press conference in Hong Kong.
Who's invited him into the...
I know. I was just like, honestly, get this guy in every press conference.
I love expressions.
He's so funny.
Expressions is the most talented person I've ever seen. But who's inviting him into a press conference?
He's so funny.
But I'm all for it. Getting into them press conferences.
It was just so... And then what killed me as well is like, obviously in press conferences, you're only allowed to ask one question. He asked about 5 questions. And then you can tell they were just like, okay, hand over mic. Yeah,
it's typical.
So funny.
But yeah, I'll have to go and check that out. So go and check that out.
Yeah, go watch that. It's so funny.
Very talented boy. Rodrygo.
Yeah.
Then not interested in Spurs apparently. Believe that if the player wants to leave us to join a big club.
I mean, would you want to join Spurs?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't mind the money, can you? I'm going to be honest. But
actually, yeah, if you get a good amount of money, why not? It is a big move, to be honest. It is a big move.
Not for Rodrygo, it's not.
Maybe for Rodrygo.
With all due respect.
Yeah, he's probably thinking like, right, how many champions? He's probably won about like 3 Champions Leagues.
You got to see.
Madrid won the league. He's won everything with Madrid.
Yeah, and he's one of their top players.
Yeah.
And obviously they've got an abundance of talent there at the moment in terms of the front three. He's not getting. Is he getting much game time? I don't think
he's
he
not
is.
Getting any. He didn't. I don't even think he played in the Club World Cup.
He didn't at all.
I don't think so. I think he came off the bench once, but he didn't start a single game. I don't think.
But what? So what do you think is? Do you think it's the fact 17th in the league? They've got through to the Champions League by a very, very poor run in the UEFA Cup, and is there no sustainability there for him? Is he going to be trapped there? Because me personally, I can't see him getting into the Champions League next year. I might be wrong. Wow. And I mean that.
It's hard to say, isn't it?
It's very difficult to say, but I can't see it.
I would usually agree with you, but I look at Newcastle's situation, look at Aston Villa's situation, I look at Bournemouth, all of those teams that were in and around Europe or like was able to get a European place. I'm looking at their windows. I'm looking at Bournemouth lose players. I'm looking at Aston Villa where they can't really spend and they might lose Ollie Watkins, for example. I'm looking at Newcastle where they're having a horror of a window. I'm just like, is it too early for you to write off for Spurs? I know it sounds crazy because they finished 17th, but this might, with Thomas Frank in, who might stabilise them, they might have a little sneaky chance of getting in European spots.
I think, if I'm honest, I think that there's 3 dead certs. Man City get there this year, without a doubt. Arsenal get there this year, without a doubt.
100%.
Liverpool get there, and I think Chelsea.
Chelsea
are going to wrap it up. But there's 5, isn't there?
Yeah, there's 5.
So there's
that
5.
5th spot
so there's a 5th
open.
spot.
But it's hard to say. Like, I don't think, other than those 4 that you mentioned, that 5th spot is really open at the moment.
Yeah.
You actually don't know who's gonna.
When you think about the teams that were up there, Newcastle not having the greatest of windows.
Yeah, they're not having. If they're to lose Alexander Isak, like
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be really hard to get into that European place, and the only way they'd be able to, like, let's say they had a bad league campaign, the only way to get back into the Champions League is to win it. And obviously we're not going to say right now that Newcastle are going to win it. Like, that's something for the future, not right now. So I don't know, I can't really write off Spurs at the moment for not getting in the Champions League places. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I do agree with you. You know, it's one of them ones.
It would be the most Spursy thing for them to do.
It could be a great season, or it could be a bloody poor season. You know what I mean? So, I've got another super chat from Clara Bitsy. She says, Kenya, I want your honest opinions about the Transfer Daily show.
What, AFTV one? I think it's fine. I mean, right now my dad's on tour, but usually that wakes me up every morning, hearing it at 7 a.m. It's like shot downstairs, and I can usually hear it in the morning. But to be fair, my dad, he wakes up so early to do it. He does bare research. Like, sometimes at night I'm just like, you're not going to bed? He's like, I'm doing loads of research, blah blah. So, you know what, big him up.
Do you know what? I've known your dad for 10 years, maybe a bit longer than that. And I've got to say, I've never known a man to work as hard as him in my life.
He's putting in the grind, I can't lie.
He puts in the grind. But it's about time that Kenya Lyle starts getting out to Singapore and Robbie Lyle starts having to stay in England and doing all the crap work.
He's got to do all the hard work.
He's got to do the hard work. That's exactly the one.
I see him, he's out there, like, I sent him a message, like, I'm seeing a lot of drinking and partying. Where's the work?
Yeah, I'm seeing
like, Transfer Daily came out an hour late.
Yeah, I'm seeing him. Do you know what? I'm seeing him on Best of Enemies. Yeah,
exactly.
Going to these posh Turkish restaurants, going over to other countries. Yeah, Ibiza and Saudi Arabia.
Exactly.
Come on, man. And somebody said, just quickly, when they're going to see you on a panel. It's about time you join the panel on DR Sports.
Thanks. Well, we've got to see what happens. We've got to see.
There we go.
I think Matisse wouldn't be happy about that. Matisse is like my frenemy at DR Sports.
Really? Best of frenemies?
Yeah, he's like my favourite hater. It's the Chelsea versus Arsenal. We've got to keep the kind of rivalry alive.
Yeah, you've got to keep it going, yeah. Let's go Man United then, because it's quite a bit to get through with Man United. Borussia Dortmund, interested in re-signing. I don't know how many times they're going to go back to him. Jadon Sancho. Sancho's out of favour with Manchester United and being pushed to leave. There are internal discussions whether they should make a move for him, but Juventus are also interested. Does Jadon Sancho need to go back to Borussia Dortmund to get his career back on track? Because it hasn't worked out for him anywhere else he's gone. Yeah,
I think even his stint at Chelsea is very overrated. Like, I thought he started off quite well, kind of petered out. We kind of found out like actually this guy's maybe not of the heights that he was at Dortmund. I feel like the Bundesliga type of football suits him. Why not go back there and, you're going to be in the Champions League every season. You're not going to win the league, but you're going to be in the Champions League every season. You might win cups and stuff like that. Borussia Dortmund love him. The fans love him. Go there and revive your career. And then as well, it's good for England as well, because then we have someone else that we can think about calling up. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, we've got a couple of kids that have they've lost their way. Yeah. We get to a certain point. Dele Alli, do you remember Dele Alli? Dele Alli is from 29. my area. Dele Alli is from my area. Like, I'm an Arsenal fan, but he was such a fantastic talent, and it is sad to see someone that talented kind of fall off. Do you know what I mean? He was fantastic. Fell off the cliff. Yeah. You look at Marcus Rashford. Yeah, Marcus Rashford. I remember, again, scored against Arsenal, I think in like one of his first games. Like, that's why I was happy for him that he's gone to Barca, because it's like, just go and revive your career. We need him to revive. Like, we actually need you as England fans as well. And we want you at your best. It's good for England as a country and for our league. Sancho is another one. Yeah. It's just, but the good thing was, remember, Man United bought him for like 70 mil. 75 mil, That's how talented he was at the time. 75 mil. He's gone to Chelsea. Been at Man United for a couple of years now. 25. So his career is not over. Yeah, exactly. He's still young. And do you know what? Another one I always think about as well? Mason Mount. Yeah, Mason Mount. What has happened to Mason Mount? Mason Mount injuries have just done him, I think. Him. Like, he was so good at Chelsea. He had that really good season at Chelsea, won the Champions League. He was like the Chelsea boy. Do you know what I mean? The one that everybody loved. Then I always find that his move to Man United, I don't understand it really. Like, I think, you know what, you're getting offered 250k a week. Man United is still a massive club, but like the love that Chelsea have for him. Do you think that's? It was weird that he went. Yeah. Do you think it's just blinded by the lights sort of thing? Man United, glitz and the glamour, Old Trafford, the big money. I guess so. Like, I guess at the time as well, he might be thinking, right, Chelsea's got a new owner, they're buying loads of players. Am I going to have game time? Yeah. And I guess, Man United are saying, we're giving you the iconic number 7 shirt. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're going to play every week. You're going to be, the guy for the club. Obviously, it's not worked out that way. So maybe that's why he left. But I always thought, it's a bit strange that he left Chelsea because of how loved he was at Chelsea. Like, But going back to Borussia Dortmund, I mean, in the last few years, there's been obviously Jude Bellingham was at Borussia Dortmund. There's been quite a few English young talent that have gone to Germany. But would you believe that he could have a chance going Juventus and up in his game? Because Juventus are very different. Yes, it's not Juventus not the same, of old, of when we were younger. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's true. I think Juventus as well, like where they are in the. I don't know if they made Champions League. I think they did, actually. But going to Juventus would be good because it's still a massive club. Playing in Serie A, I think as well Serie A would suit him a lot. Like, why not go there and just get out the Premier League, go somewhere, get your confidence up, get a fan base to support and back you and show us what you can do, because we know he's talented. Yeah. We know he's really good. Like,
it's just whether he wants to do that, which I think he does, for sure. Like, I think he knows already his time at Man United is done.
Yeah.
It's just where he's going to end up, to be honest.
Yeah. Manny K says lazy players, you can be out of form, but it shouldn't affect your work rate. And somebody said about your dad, Post Manton says, this research is all in my hands. So there we go.
All in my hands.
Another one, Napoli weighing up Premier League options such as Jadon Sancho, Jack Grealish and Raheem Sterling after missing out on Ndoye, who joined Nottingham Forest. Napoli losing that to Nottingham Forest. Now, that is a statement by Nottingham Forest.
Look, I think that goes to show the power of the Prem.
Yeah.
Like, the reality is, Napoli is a big club. They've literally just won the league as well. So to kind of turn down league winners, who obviously are going to want to replicate that again next season, to turn down them, and they're in the Champions League, to go to Forest, who obviously are still a massive club, but they're kind of coming back up in their resurgence. That's a massive thing. I think just the Premier League pool is too much to deny. Like, think about it. Granit Xhaka's left Bayer Leverkusen to join a just recent promoted
team. Yeah.
That might even be going back down potentially.
So it's still got the pool. That's what you're saying. Out of them three, who would be more attractive to Jadon Sancho?
If I was a Napoli,
25,
if I was a Napoli fan and you asked me out of those, Jadon Sancho is the most talented. And I look at Jack Grealish, like Jack Grealish since he left Villa has not even come close to what he used to be like. He's 29 maybe.
I think he
Raheem Sterling as well. He came to Arsenal, did nothing. He was dreadful. Let's put it bluntly. He was not great at Chelsea either. Like, I wouldn't be encouraged to see any of those two join Napoli if I was a Napoli fan.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get Jadon Sancho, who he knows he's a really good player. He kind of needs the fire under his butt. Do you know what I mean? To be like, right, you need to put in the work. And in Napoli as well, their fans and even their owner are serious. Like, there's going to be no lazy things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they won the league last year, by the way. Out of them two, then, let's put Jadon Sancho to the side there. Jack Grealish and Raheem Sterling. Where do they end up? Because they're big name players.
Yeah, I saw Jack Grealish was linked to Everton at one point.
Linked to West Ham.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd love Jack Grealish at West Ham, but I don't know whether it's what we need at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, it would be exciting, and I think it would excite the fans. But in terms of, is that what we need? Have we got enough to sustain his sort of style of play?
Yeah.
I don't know. And
I think if you go back to Villa days,
can he go back to Villa?
No, nah.
Do you think we'll go back to Villa?
I think Aston Villa, I think it would be so weird for them to go in for Jack Grealish again, just because they've moved on from that. Like, his sale kind of helped them kind of get back to where they are now. They're trying to build. I think going for Jack Grealish would be really backwards for Villa. So, but I feel like whoever gets him next, if they could get Jack Grealish back to Jack Grealish of Aston Villa times, it would be a decent signing, depending on the money, of course.
I don't know whether it can be coached back into him now. At 29, playing pep football.
True saying.
When they play, even Raheem is very set in his ways with pep football, So I don't know where they end up, to be quite honest with you. I think Raheem might have to lower his standards and go to like a Sunderland or someone like that,
Yeah, but then
if he wants to stand a Prem.
Yeah, why not just try and go abroad somewhere? Like, I think Raheem Sterling,
Saudi
do you know what? Raheem Sterling, I know at Arsenal and Chelsea he didn't do well, but he's a Premier League legend. What he's done, he's won like 4 leagues. Do you know what I mean? He's literally completed FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League multiple times. Like, we can't deny how. I think about Raheem Sterling when he was at Man City. That is one of the best versions we've ever seen of him. In fact, the best version.
And England.
Yeah, and England. He was honestly one of England's best players. Like, we can't. I know that he's not ended his career maybe the way he wanted to, but we can't just write that off and remember that. Like, I remember Raheem Sterling of Liverpool, of Man City, like top player. Like,
and you got to think he's been doing. I mean, he is 30.
Yeah,
he's just turned 30. So
and he's been around for a long time, a really, really long time. So
he's been around since he was 16, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't think any Premier League club. I mean, there was reports that some unnamed Premier League clubs were interested, but I don't know. Like, who would actually be interested in current Raheem Sterling?
I think he's got Saudi written all over him. I think that too.
Yeah, but then Saudi are getting smarter now. They're kind of like, we're not really trying to go for kind of washed older players. We want to go for the young, exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really hard to say with him where he ends up. But I hope he gets a good move. Like, I always liked Raheem Sterling.
Fenerbahce. That's where he could end
Yeah,
up.
why not?
Somewhere like Turkey, yeah.
Why not?
And just to finish off the Man United news then, Ollie Watkins open to a move to Man
Yeah.
United. He's been added to the shortlist along with Benjamin Sesko. I did see something as well from a super chat. It's from Newcastle.
Okay.
If NUFC lands Sesko and Wissa, I think that it would help them get back into the Champions League. It would aid the Isaac transfer. Also, NUFC score lots of goals as a team. So Sesko is someone that is still being banned about.
Yeah.
He looked like he may have been going Arsenal at one point.
Yeah.
But is that a good move?
What, to United or Newcastle?
Yeah.
I think...
I mean, Watkins or Sesko, first of all?
If I was a United fan, I'd probably say Ollie Watkins just because of Premier League experience.
29, nearly 30.
Yeah, I know. But I think as well, just based on their squad, they've kind of gone for the young... I'm not saying that Sesko's anything like Rasmus when he's 10 times better. But, like, they've already kind of gone down the route of, right, we're just going to rely on a young player. Like, what happens if you bring him in and, like, he's not what you think. Whereas Ollie Watkins, I think, would slot... Ollie Watkins can live up to the pressure. We know what he can do. Do you know what I mean? And I think Ollie Watkins would be... That'd be a good signing.
I think
as well.
Man United have taken too many gambles on players.
Yeah, they've taken a lot of gambles.
If they're going to make it in the Premier League.
But what I would say, I think Sesko would suit their style of play, though. Because they like to cross into the box and things like that. Like, I think he'd link up really well with Bruno and Ahmad, for example. But I don't know. I personally think Ollie Watkins would be my choice if I was Man United, personally.
Yeah. I sort of agree with that. I don't think Ollie Watkins should be leaving Villa, if I'm honest with you, at this age. I think that.
Yeah, I guess so. But then I don't even understand the whole Villa thing because, like, it's not like they didn't buy Asensio. He's gone back out on loan to like Fenerbahce or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, from what I've seen, they're not in for
Apparently
a striker.
They've got no money.
Yeah.
Like nothing. They can't spend a penny.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if they, Leon Bailey's leave. Like, if they they've got Donnell Marlin, but he's not a striker. He's a winger. Like, you can play him false nine.
Yeah.
Just keep Ollie. Just keep him because he's good.
That's what I think. If you ain't got no money, I don't think that's a thing. My MacBook's going to fall asleep, by the way. So we better get through this in the next 14 minutes. Manchester City, let's go there because James McAtee has been a hot commodity at Manchester City, and they've rejected a £25 million bid from Nottingham Forest today. Whoever keeps on putting Notts Forest on there, if I read out Notts Forest, I'm going to get killed by Nottingham. They do not like Notts Forest.
Do they not like it?
No, they hate it because it's Notts County.
Oh, yeah.
Notts County, they don't like Notts Forest. But so I'm going to say Nottingham Forest. I know Wolfie might be watching, so he would have something to say. The young midfielder is a hot commodity and has been chased by the clubs like RB Leipzig, Frankfurt, as well as Premier League clubs.
Yeah.
It's believed that he'd wish to stay in the country. Now, I know West Ham were looking at James McAtee.
He's good.
They're rumoured to want £40 million for him.
Yeah.
Is that fair? He's not played much football.
Do you know what? I always say in today's market, nothing's ever fair. Like, I mean, I think Cole Palmer would have played more than James McAtee, probably about the same amount for Man City, actually.
Yeah.
But he still went for that same amount, and it worked out brilliantly for Chelsea and for Man City. So, and I think James McAtee, like, he's a really good player. He's just had a really good under-21s tournament for England. I think he was a captain. So, do you know what? Why not? There's clubs willing to pay that amount.
I don't think we've got 40 million quid, but I would like to have a James McAtee because, as I said a couple of days ago, and people don't believe me, we had Cole Palmer wrapped up as long as the other way round, and I think we've missed out there. And I think
he's a fantastic
James
player,
McAtee is anything like
Cole Palmer
is, I'd snatch your hand off for 40 million. But
I really like him. He's good.
Do you think he goes to Nottingham Forest? Do you think they are? That's a long way apart.
Yeah, it's a long way apart, but maybe. I mean, Forest is. How much did they get for Elanga? 55 mil.
55 mil, yeah.
Well, they just bought a winger, I think, the other day. They've bought two strikers from Brazil somewhere. I guess they've made European place. Like, they probably have a bit of money to spend.
Yeah.
Why not?
I think they need to strengthen as well.
Yeah.
I tell you, didn't go. Morgan Gibbs-White. That's a didn't go.
Yeah, they said, we're holding on to him. They had him under duress to sign.
Get out. Get out of here. Let's go Liverpool then. Luis Diaz is expected to be unveiled. He hasn't travelled, of course, to their pre-season tour as a Bayern Munich player on Thursday, as he has now completed his medical. Will the money from this sale facilitate the Isaac move? I think we pretty much
Yeah.
You know, we sort of decided that yesterday that it will facilitate the Isak move. Now, this is, you know, talking about Isak, just before we go into the next bit, who's going to be the signing of the season this season? So you're talking about big money. These are big money. We just see the top four spent close to £1 billion. So you've got Gyokeres, who we'll be talking about in a second. He broke all sorts of records. You've got, Florian
Wirtz. Who Liverpool bought.
Who else we got?
I guess City bought Tijani and Reinders for like 80 mil, I think. That's a lot of money. They bought, Xhaka was like £30 million. And
Mbeumo?
Yeah, and Mbeumo, Cunha. Oh my God, I forgot. Who else was... Chelsea got João Pedro, 55 mil.
Who looked a steal at the moment.
Jamie Gittins, 50 mil. That's wow.
So
We've bought Madueke, 52. Zubimendi, 52. Jeez, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. So who's going to get the value for the money there?
So I think if Liverpool get Isak, then that's, you know, if we're talking about, we know what he's going to do. Because he's Premier League proven, we already know that he's going to be fine. Like, he's going to be good. I think as well, Florian Wirtz is like one of the best young talents around.
Now, that is the one I am excited to see.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've always said Florian Wirtz is, when he was at Leverkusen, was one of my favourite players outside of Prem to watch.
Great.
And like, I genuinely envy Liverpool fans. Like, he's such a fantastic player, can play in so many different positions, like, and he's still young. Like, he's got so much to grow and to develop. So imagine what he's going to be like in 2 or 3 years' time.
Ekitike.
Yeah, Ekitike. Forgot about him.
Yeah, there's so many signings.
Like, there's so much that's happened. Like, there's a lot of players that you're looking in the league now, like, right, I'm actually excited to see, like, maybe Matheus Cunha at a big club where the expectations are higher, or what Mbeumo is going to be like, what Gyokeres is going to be like, you know, Wirtz, Ekitike. Like, there's a lot. I'm really excited for the season, to be honest, to see all this.
Slim Handle says, just before we move on, where's West Ham signings? Looks like they might struggle this year unless Potter can miraculously get his second season flow going. Yeah, we need to pull our finger out, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
But carrying on with Liverpool quickly, you're not going to like this one, can you? Liverpool beat Arsenal to sign young striker Will Wright from Salford City. Arsenal had club-to-club agreement, but not on the player side. So Arsenal already agreed with Salford City.
Yeah.
But Liverpool look like they've come in and beat them to the punch.
It's so funny because when it was first reported, it was like, oh, Arsenal have hijacked this move. Now it's like Liverpool have re-hijacked it. But to be honest, I don't really know anything about this kid. But apparently he's really good. So it's a bit of
to have Arsenal and Liverpool chasing after.
Yeah, exactly. You must be really good. Yeah. But obviously it's a bit of a loss on the Arsenal side. But for Liverpool, it's good because they got another young player that, you know, it's one for the future, especially in a striker. It's a position nowadays that it's very hard to fill. Do you know what I mean? So if you've got a young up-and-coming striker, that's good. And he's 17, so who knows how quickly he could be integrated into first-team football. So, yeah.
Yeah. So there we go. Leicester signed new goalkeeper Asmir Begovic.
Yeah.
Are they preparing for the future? As it says Leicester here. That's Liverpool signed Asmir Begovic.
No, it is Leicester. I think.
Okay.
They signed him.
But this is under the Liverpool bit. I don't understand what's going on here. But I think this is West Ham then. So let's go to West Ham. Leicester signed new goalkeeper Asmir Begovic. Are they preparing for the future as West Ham are interested in Hermansen?
I mean,
we need a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
believe
you guys
me.
need a goalkeeper. You've let Fabianski go, innit?
I said yesterday, I don't know whether I said it on this show or my own show, but I said if we was going to get another goalkeeper, Hermansen would be the one.
Yeah, he's really good. I like him. I think, and he's young as well, so like it's one for the future, and you know he's got good dish. There's things he can work on, but I think West Ham would be a nice move as well.
Well, he's not going to learn much from Areola, that's for sure. The airy nipple, we call him now.
Oh my god. My days.
So let's go to Chelsea then. João Felix joins Al Nassr from Chelsea. This is the second time that João Felix has departed Chelsea. The Portuguese international completes a €50 million move. Clara Bitsi. For the Saudi side, has reunited with Cristiano Ronaldo. Can he revive his career? He's not going to go there to revive his career.
Well, I don't know though.
Some do.
I guess like John Duran, he was able to move to Fenerbahce. Although it's not started off great.
Yeah, I've heard he's been smashing things up and he's got a bit off of his head.
Well, you saw what Mourinho said about him on the first day, where he's like, he's late, blah, blah, like.
He's apparently crackers.
I mean, João Felix is just, he's a what if, isn't he? Because he was bought for like 120 mil.
Do you know what he is?
To go Atletico.
Forward He's another Alexander Pato.
Yeah.
He's them.
He's just
all the talent.
Yeah, but
never,
it's not being translated, has it?
No, he done well at a certain club.
Yeah.
But there's no move there that I could turn around and say, yeah, he would fit there. Yeah. He would fit here. So Al Nassr. I can't see someone going to Al Nassr to revitalise their career. Yeah. How old is he? I don't even know how old he is.
25 maybe?
Is
24?
He? Maybe.
He's young. He's young.
I thought he was a bit older than that. So
maybe. Like, let me Google it, but
for me, he's another Pato. He's just. I don't think he's going to go because I think
he's 25.
He's 20. Okay, yeah. All right. So yeah, he's getting there very early.
Because when you think about it, right, he obviously left Benfica. He's been Atletico, Barca, Chelsea twice, basically, and AC Milan, and he didn't. Other than Benfica, he didn't do well. He was okay. He was decent at Barcelona. But AC Milan, no. Like, he wasn't great. Chelsea wasn't really great either. Who else did I just mention? And Atletico, no. Like, yeah.
Didn't really fit in anywhere.
Yeah, he didn't fit in. So it's kind of just like, well, where does he go from here? And then, I guess from a Chelsea point of view, it's like no other European club really wants him.
No, you're correct, yeah.
They've just moved on to the next set of young wonder kids that are probably much better. So it's a bit sad, to be honest.
Yeah. Clara Bitts here with another €5. Is that Aussie dollars? I'm going to say that's Aussie dollars. It's Clara. I mean, she
I don't know where
donates to the show so much. It's $10. So I'm going to say Aussie dollars. On top of Hato and Simmons, Chelsea will end up signing Garnacho. This is a bit of madness for my club, I have to admit.
That would be so funny.
Yeah.
I need that for the Matisse crash out.
Yeah.
I need that for the Matisse like breakdown and just tears.
Garnacho's
not bad, but it depends on the price, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know where he fits in at Chelsea.
He wouldn't start. They've just.
Start, yeah.
I don't understand why Chelsea would even need to buy. Actually, I guess you sold Madueke. You've no longer got Jadon Sancho.
They want rid of Nicholas Jackson as well.
Yeah, they want to potentially get rid of Nicholas Jackson. So I guess they need left winger depth.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Chelsea Swap Shop. That's
yeah.
What I
do you know what? Man United are due to like do one over Chelsea at least once. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. After all of they gave him Mason Mount, they sent back Jadon Sancho. If Man United can get this over the line, it's a bit of like revenge.
Yeah. Let's wrap up then with your beloved Arsenal. Trossard linked to Dortmund. Apparently, 2 unnamed Premier League clubs have made offers. He's weighing up his options while committing to a new contract with Arsenal. We said this yesterday. There's no place for him now, is there?
I don't know.
Really, there's a bench place and a cameo place every now.
Yeah, but that's what Trossard was bought to be anyways. He was never bought to be a starter. He was bought to just kind of fill the gap of like, right, if Martinelli's injured or if we need something else off the bench, he's the guy. And do you know what? I really love Trossard. He's been a great servant to the club. Like, some of the goals he scored for us, massive. He's a big game player, but he's not a starter. He shouldn't start, in my opinion. He's a person where, like, for every 3 games where he's good, the 4th game he's like really bad. And I just think he might be looking at it like, right, Arsenal are really strengthening. Like, they're trying to get in another left winger. Martinelli will be second choice. I'll probably be third.
Yeah.
He's 30. World Cup next year. He wants to play for Belgium. Like,
he came from Brighton, didn't he? Do you reckon one of them clubs could be Brighton wanting him back?
Nah, his Brighton ties are severed after we beat them. He celebrated. Like, the Brighton fans absolutely don't like him anymore.
I like him like that.
Yeah, and then remember, the whole reason he joined us is because he fell out with De Zerbi at Brighton.
That's right, yeah.
So there's no way that he's going back there. But I think he would be good for a Premier. Like, why don't Brentford get involved? Why not? Trossard scores goals against big teams. He can do a job. Like, if you're playing once a week, which Brentford would be. Like, it would be a good thing for them. I don't really want to lose Trossard because I really like him.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be begrudged if he left because, to be honest, if we try and get Eze, it kind of makes sense that someone like Trossard might want to leave. But,
fair enough.
Yeah.
And the Everton King Mo reckons he's got some latest news, quickly, just before we wrap up. Isak has reportedly put his property on the market.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's not
Liverpool
from us.
bound.
That's from the inevitable King Mo, so don't quote us.
Yeah, don't quote us on that.
Nothing to do with me. I didn't say nothing like that. Please, Newcastle fans, do not.
This reminds me of when the Arsenal fans saw Alexander Isak driving in North London in his car, and it was like, yeah, he's joining Arsenal.
Have you ever heard him talk? It sounds like he's from
North
London.
Yeah, he sounds like he's from London. It's actually so funny. Yeah.
And just to wrap up then, a good bit. I mean, this is mental. So, yeah, big up Arsenal fans. Gyokeres shirts has now sold the most in Arsenal history. It's been there for a couple of days, apparently. And I said to you, I couldn't work it out. Is it like as a new transfer on the first day, on the first week? But apparently...
Yeah, it doesn't say... It doesn't really specify,
but
it just says...
that. But when you think about who you've had, Henry's, the Vieiras, the Bergkamps, you know,
Ozil. I was saying to Haas before, Ozil, Sanchez, all of those players. But then I was saying, do you know what? When you put it into context, taking out Ozil, when you think about Thierry Henry, he kind of joined us after a bad time at Juventus. We kind of bought like Patrick, Thierry, Freddie. Righty. Righty's maybe different, but like we kind of bought them when they was kind of like, they didn't have a great, maybe like, do you know what I mean? So
maybe it's just because.
And then as well, we've needed a striker for so long. Like we're so excited to have a striker, and he's wearing number 14. It's just a massive.
But you know what it is as well.
Yeah,
it's so much more accessible now.
Yeah,
you can go on the line and buy them anywhere in the world.
Go down
Back
the shop.
in the day, you had to go down the old library club shop.
Yeah, exactly. You just do it online.
But there we go.
Get in a couple of days.
So yeah, that is that then. So thank you very much for joining us for the live at 5 again today, and we'll be back. Well, I won't be back. I don't think tomorrow, but someone will be back tomorrow.
Okay.
But yeah, are you back tomorrow?
Think so, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I shall be back.
Because Kenya's the woman.
We're taking over.
Taking over. So look, once again, if you want to join us for the William Hill Final One Standing transfers, it's time for Final One Standing, free to play, £500,000 jackpot, no admin fees, guaranteed winners. Just pick one Premier League team to win each week. If they do, you're through. If they lose, draw, you're out. Download the William Hill app, scan the QR code on screen, and play along with us. Click on the link down below to register. Register for free and make your picks for a shot of £500,000. You have to be 18 plus, and it's UK only. Remember to always gamble responsibly, and the full T's and C's apply. All linked below. But thank you very much, Kenya.
Thank you.
For joining us today. You'll be back tomorrow, I'm sure.
Yes, we'll be back.
And well, someone will be back tomorrow. So join us tomorrow, live at 5. Thank you very much.